Hello, beautiful people.
Welcome back.
Today we are doing a top 10 and we will be doing our top 10 falls from grace.
The biggest falls that we have seen. We're talking the epitome of non-cancel culture. Who got their name dragged through the mud? Who was in all the tabloid headlines? How big was the drama?
Yeah.
I'm a little anxious for this. You said you're anxious.
Oh, I'm
The
big
gauntlet
time
style
anxious.
is tripping you out.
It's ruining my life is what it is. Okay? The gauntlet style is ruining my life.
I actually think because of that, yes, these are top 10. But my picking order might be a little different just pending. We've had a couple steals where you kind of have to throw some of your top people or top picks for the category in faster. So let's kick it off.
Okay.
Hit us with your number 10 fall from grace.
My number 10 is Stephen Collins, also known as the dad from Seventh Heaven.
Oh,
yeah.
God, that is a terrible one.
That is a terrible one.
A creepy 12, like what, 12 or 13, something like real pedophile-y.
Yes, very, very young. Very, very young, very, very disgusting. I know.
God, that's fucked up. Did he go to jail?
I don't think he did. I think he just like got a slap on the wrist and hey, don't do that, and probably like some fines or something.
Settled out of maybe.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Disgusting.
Can you imagine that coming out about, like, can you imagine being his wife, or I don't even know if he had a person, but
disgusting.
Yeah, it'd be like murder, death, kill up in there.
Oh, it's all of it.
Ooh.
Well, kill. Yeah.
Ooh, okay.
I know,
okay, that's a good one.
Yes.
My number 10, I'm going to just go for the gusto, and I'm going to say one of the most severe falls from graces in public opinion. I'm taking Ellen DeGeneres.
She's not on my list. Oh my God.
Wow. I'm shocked.
Went right over. I forgot all about her, but yes.
Oh, and people fucking hate her now, and in a way that is wild. Like wild. Yeah.
Yes.
Very crazy.
Oh my God, that's a good one. I completely forgot about her because I don't really care about her anymore. So
I know.
Oh
yeah, and
my God.
I believe that she's probably not nice. She does. I don't know if she seems. And I believe it.
And I fell for the facade that she was really nice. I loved her show. So I feel betrayed.
And that's been one where it wasn't even like any one particular thing. It was just all the little staffers and then the guests saying mean shit, and then a couple of the videos coming out of like past segments where she seemed just kind of mean. And you're like, damn, Ellen.
Yes.
Crazy. Those are two good ones though. Okay. Who's your number 9?
My number 9 is the Dixie Chicks. Yes. Yes.
Strong. Yeah.
Strong. Yes. I feel like they're low on this list because I feel like their cancellation was horrible in a sense of like the people who canceled them was like, what are you guys thinking? You know, I feel really, really bad. I think this might be the only cancellation on my list where I'm like, what? This doesn't make any sense. And I feel for those ladies. You know, they were really just speaking out about politics, and they got canceled for it. And I'm like, that's terrible. That's really, really terrible.
That is stupid.
Yeah.
That's bad.
Very bad.
They did have a great hit, though. Not Ready to Make Nice. That was a good one.
And I love that song.
I do too.
That. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I am going to put. I actually feel like two people really fit in one bracket. So I'm going to combine two people for a similar reason. And it is Jared from Subway and Jerry from Cheer. And the reason I'm putting Jared and Jerry together is because it's both like pedophilia cases.
Yes.
All with the underage, and because like national treasure level of love for these people.
Yeah.
People loved Jared from Subway. We were really into his whole weight loss story.
Which
you didn't believe?
Really, I did
from
not
that
believe
sugar
it.
Loaves?
I did not believe
because you know
that
they
man
consider
lost all
Subway
that weight
bread cake. Because of its sugar content. They cannot
See,
call it bread.
wow.
Let's put that on
Exactly.
the list. Subway. My
Subway.
number 9.
Canceled.
But yeah, those were two bad ones. And Jerry from Cheer, that
Yeah.
show was like, did you ever see Cheer on Netflix?
I never, so
Rising,
you
rising,
have to,
rising.
yeah, I heard
And
about it, but I never watched.
he was like, you're making Matt like the main person that people loved. I mean, on
Mm.
all the talk shows. And then it came out that he was like grooming and going after little boys. Like, what the fuck is
What
wrong with you?
what is your
Yeah,
problem? That's
gnarly.
disgusting.
Ugh.
That's
Yep.
disgusting. My number 8 is Bill Cosby. I feel
Damn.
like 50 something women come out and say that you've done something disgusting to them. All 50 can't be wrong. And I think the people who try to argue that are really weird. And he has tarnished his legacy. But also, furthermore, we think about how like there was already rumors about him back in the day that people just were kind of ignoring. Oh
Oh, there
yeah.
were.
Yes. Yes, there were already rumors about him drugging women and doing all kinds of disgusting
So you've
things.
got to figure, I mean, that was for decades, probably.
Yes.
God, that is
Yes.
so
That is
fucking
so
bad.
disgusting.
And it makes it hard to watch,
Mhm.
because people love the Cosby Show. And now it's like how do you watch that?
Exactly. Exactly. I know.
I
I
hate
know.
that. I really hate
I
that.
know.
My number 8
Mhm.
is going to be Twitter. my number
Okay.
8 is my number 8 is Twitter, and it has had the biggest fall from grace for me. I would go
Mhm.
to Twitter for the most up-to-date news,
Mm.
because it is just the fastest populated, easiest easiest
Yeah.
place to get like really quick stories, and
Mhm.
research. And now you can tell that there are switches with the searches, because I will search things, and if you search something in the search bar that's like over
Mm.
4 words, there are no search results. So the
Ah.
the processors are dumbed down, the algorithms are dumbed down, the Elon Musk, I mean, I fucking blocked him on his own
Yeah.
site. So it's
What a
like,
tool. That guy's such a tool, man.
God,
Ugh.
it's really, really disgusting and sad.
But
So yeah, I think Twitter has just crashed and burned for me, and I
mhm.
was a Twitter lover. I'm
Same.
still hanging on, but
I,
it's really
by
begrudging.
yeah.
Yeah, it's like it's just not getting the same
Mm-mm.
stuff, and you can tell with what they push out. I mean, for on the news tab,
Mhm.
Bitcoin was the
Yeah.
trending thing for weeks, and I was like,
It's like
stop trying to push your bullshit Bitcoin stuff on people. That's not what's actually trending. Because what's
exactly.
trending is the 200,000 things about XYZ that you don't want, So
Exactly.
Twitter.
Exactly. Yeah.
Fuck you, Elon. Sorry.
Canceled. My number 7 goes to Paula Dean.
And Paula Dean, she was also, yes, I had that on my list.
Ah, okay. We got our first gauntlet. Kind of. Paula Dean had a very interesting fall from grace because the country loved her. They loved her.
Well,
I
they
mean, I
still
had.
love her out here in
Oh
Tennessee,
well.
unfortunately. She's still rocking hard
I'm.
because, they're like, we love that you said you couldn't see that black person up against that wall. We fucking love you, Paula. Ugh.
The country accent is hilarious. But as if you don't know, she was canceled for saying the N word. She had wanted to do like a party where all of the hosts and the servers were black. Um, bad, just all kinds of bad. So yeah.
Yeah, and I don't even think did like a full grand apology tour. I think it was more of like that's how we
Hey,
talk.
right, that's just how it is. I'm not racist, y'all. Okay, girl.
So bad.
You are though, but okay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. My number 7 is gonna be Shia LaBeouf.
I thought about putting him on my list, but I didn't. Okay.
I loved Shia LaBeouf back
Yeah.
from like even Steven stuff. I was a
Mhm.
Shia LaBeouf fan, and Holes was so good.
Mhm.
Um, there was actually a Project Greenlight, which was the HBO show that had Ben Affleck and Matt Damon, after they won for Good Will Hunting, they
Mm-hmm.
made this show Project Greenlight where they had all these filmmaker people come in and submit their scripts and kind of do pitches to make these movies. They ended up making a movie, and one of the movies that they made, Shia LaBeouf was like the young actor that they picked for that
Aw.
movie. And he just has had an unfortunate, very public kind of spiral into weird behavior and abusive behavior.
Yes.
And then really weird, said that whole Honey Boy movie that he was portraying his father, and
Oh.
allegedly there was a lot of like abuse towards him in that movie that was supposed to be like his father against him, but he later said that a lot of it was just made up. And I'm like, oh no,
Okay.
not making
Okay,
yourself,
Shia.
not painting the struggles. It's like Kid
Okay.
Rock being like, I came from nothing, and then they show his mansion that he lived in Michigan. Like,
Right.
sir,
Sir. God. He needs to be on this damn list. Okay.
he sure
Um,
does.
my number 6 goes to Mel Gibson.
Oh, I didn't have Mel on my list. I'm shocked by that.
I'm shocked you don't have him on your list. I mean, because first of all, what Mel Gibson has crossed every line, okay? He probably should be
No
higher
one
on
is
my list.
safe.
No
Yeah.
one homophobic,
Jewish.
sexist, Jewish,
Yes.
anti-Semitic,
Yep.
racist. Like
Yes.
he's
Yes.
hit every single thing on the list. How are you this horrible of a person, Mel?
And still invited to shit.
Well,
That's what I'm saying. It's really, none of it's real. Nobody's ever actually.
canceled.
They sure are not.
Yeah. I'm really shocked that he's not on your list. That's very,
I am
very
very
shocking.
no, I'm very shocked about that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
My number 6
Hmm.
is going to go to Britney Spears.
Why don't I have her on my list? God, okay.
I'm shocked by that.
I too am shocked by, because that
Okay.
honestly is a really good one.
Yep. I think Britney is probably it's a Maryland level fall of like it is epic proportions of spiraling. I think 2008 was the worst when we saw the full umbrella shaved head to the car
Yeah.
gate, and it's everyone's fault. We all should take responsibility.
Mm-hmm.
I will say that she now seems like slightly fat phobic and slightly.
I haven't been following her on social media, so I
Yeah, I had
don't
to cut it
know.
off too. I had to cut it
Yeah.
off because it was making me feel weird. She said something about Christina Aguilera and her. Of course, I would look thin too if I had a bunch of those dancers. I don't know what she said, but something kind of
Oh.
like that Christina picked fat dancers to make herself look thinner or something. And it's weird because in the
Brittany.
pictures, Christina's like surrounded by like these ripped men with like 6-packs in like chaps and stuff, like very ripped gay men. And so I was
Yeah.
like,
Not Brittany
but
being the
anyhow,
mean
so
girl. Oh.
kind of, yeah, kind of. So I'm going to say Britney, and I think that she's still under control, and we hope for the best for you. But are you
Mhm.
safe? I don't think so.
I don't know what's going on, but I hope she's okay.
Ooh, we're in the top 5,
We're
friend.
in the top 5, honey. My number 5 is going to Columbus Short. Do you know who Columbus Short is?
What happened to Columbus Short from
So
Scandal?
he was in Stomp the Yard, and for a little
Oh,
bit, and then he was on Scandal, but he got canceled. Shonda removed him from the show Scandal, like in season 3, because he had a very he beat up his wife.
Columbus Short did?
Yes. And we ain't seen him since. We have not seen that man.
How did I miss that?
Yes.
Oh my god, he was so cute.
He was cute.
Oh,
He was
Columbus
cute.
Short, and he was short, and that's why he was angry. He had
Probably.
a
Short king energy.
Oh
But
my gosh, and he beat his wife.
Yeah, he beat his wife. I think it was his wife or his girlfriend or something like that. And Shonda's been really, another person on my list you'll see soon. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Wow, and he had felony battery that seriously injured a man during a altercation
at
at a restaurant.
Oh yeah, he He had a very nasty fall from grace, and he was like, you were on Scandal
Wow.
on ABC, like, and that at season 3, it was still peak of that for that show. Oh yeah,
Yes.
oh yeah.
Wow.
Mhm,
Okay, for
mhm.
my number 5, I'm going to choose the Kardashians.
Interesting. Okay, they're not completely all the way fallen yet.
Yet, I feel the horizon coming. I
Okay.
feel their favor fleeting. I think the Selena Gomez and Haley Bieber drama that came up, I think did Kylie Jenner no favors.
Oh.
Um, I don't think anyone believes for a second that Kendall Jenner is actually dating.
Uh, yeah. No, I
No,
don't.
don't believe that for a freaking second.
Mm-mm.
But I think in general, I just think people have started to lose it with them and have
Mhm.
lost all of their interest. I think that they are with Caitlyn too, like just the
Yeah.
whole. They're off the deep end. You're not invited to the Met Gala.
Wow. Which
Chanel
is,
said, "No fucking thanks."
I know that's right.
It's
I
probably
know
Anna
that's
Wintour,
right.
but hilarious. And
Yeah.
no, I think just bad. And I think people realize now because of TikTok and stuff like that, they're charging for those lip kits like an extra $200 for the box set. When literally Bethany Frankel pulled it out and was like, "Wait, so the box is the thing it's just a very interesting piece
Mhm.
of yeah." So I'm gonna say
Yeah.
that.
Interesting. Okay.
Hmm.
Okay. A little forward thinking here. I like it.
Forward,
Forward.
but people aren't into them as anymore.
Yeah, they're
Now that
not
they're
as
not.
relatable. Yeah. So
Well, and unfortunately, if they were only relatable for blackfishing, then sayonara, suckers.
there you go. There you go.
What's your number 4?
My number 4, keeping up with men who have been canceled by Shonda Rhimes. It's Isaiah Washington.
And fuck him.
But
So, that
I
one
knew
I know
you.
about. Fuck him,
He has.
asshole.
He is
Yeah,
an asshole.
sure
He
is.
has. I mean, once that happened, he repeatedly has just shown his true character over the years, and has not
Kept
gotten
doubling down.
doubling down. He's very conservative. He's a. Oh yes, honey. Mm-hmm. Yes. I, if you don't know, he was removed from God. That show that should be
Grey's
canceled. Right?
Anatomy.
Well, that show needs to be canceled. Ended
Is it
already.
still on?
Yes. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
But he was canceled from the show for making homophobic slurs to. I cannot think of that young man's
JP something?
something.
Something like
Yes.
that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Shonda removed his ass from the show, and it has been downhill for that man ever since. And
Yeah,
he's
because
not a
he's
nice
on a
person.
couple of things, and no, he's not.
Mm-mm.
He's
He's
not a nice
not a nice
person at
person
all.
at all.
Gross.
So yeah, that's my number
Yuck.
4.
My number 4, this is also probably one that doesn't necessarily feel
Mm-hmm.
like a full, but I'm going to go Justin Timberlake.
I don't hate this answer. I don't hate it.
I'm going Justin Timberlake, and I
Okay.
think um number 1, you're the one ego holdout for a good NSYNC reunion.
Well, wait. I heard it's actually JC that's the reason that they're holding out now. Apparently, JC's like, I'm not interested. That's what the rumor mill is telling me.
But I thought that we had seen a couple things from the past where JT
Yeah,
was the holdout.
yeah, but I don't know if that's has changed over the years. But the newest rumor is
Hmm.
that JC might be the one who's like, no, girl, I'm good.
Oh, interesting.
Very interesting.
Huh.
Indeed. But
Well, Justin was so rude and was holding hands with his co-star,
mm-hmm,
canoodling under the table,
that's some nasty work, honey.
and
Nasty.
looked way too enthralled. And you have
Hmm.
Jessica Biel. Jessica Biel's pretty. She's a
She's
very
very
lovely
pretty.
person. She's a good
Hmm.
actress. She's a good. I like that show that she does. Yeah, she's like an executive producer. Anyways, no, and he just did. I send you the picture of him in the Louis ad with the bag that had pumpkins on it.
Yes, and it was horrid.
He
What
look.
is?
Yeah, it's just giving. You're old.
Yes, you're
It's
old.
giving. Pack it up.
Hmm.
It's giving. Go be with your wife and children.
It's giving you've peaked, and
Get over yourself. Yes.
Yes.
You peaked.
Yes. You've peaked.
Yeah. So I'm gonna say Justin Timberlake. I thought he was gonna be a big actor. Like I really thought that there was gonna be.
Really? Did you?
Yeah, because you know what? I love Alpha Dog.
Okay.
And he was starting to be in movies, but then we
Mm-hmm.
quickly realized like it's not for him
Mm-hmm.
because he did that, and then he was in the Social Network. Was he in the Social
He
Network?
wasn't a Social Network, but he did something else after that too.
In
That movie,
Time with
which I really liked that movie. I thought it was
actually
good.
the concept of that movie is cool.
It was really
Um
smart. Mm-hmm.
but no, I don't think he's a star in that way, and I think he's his go work on your vodkas or whatever,
Yeah,
Good
whatever
luck.
it is. Yeah. We're heading into the top three.
Ooh.
Oh lordy. So I'm pulling an oldie but a goodie out the bag here.
Okay.
My number three goes to Tanya Harding. I
Ruthless.
mean, that is insane. I was watching when it happened. I was watching it. I was me and my mom, huge ice skating fans,
Oh,
and we were
totally.
watching that mess, and it was insane. And then all of the story behind it, and she was just jealous. She really tried to like
Ruin her chances.
yes, and
So bad.
she has not recovered from that really.
No, and when the movie came out, I,
Yes.
Tanya,
Mm-hmm.
she was all over the red carpets and all this stuff. And meanwhile, I kept thinking like, where is Nancy Kerrigan? Like,
Yeah.
why aren't we having her on the red carpet and celebrate? Like, we're celebrating the trash who tried to have her knocked.
Exactly. Exactly.
My number three is an interesting one. Um, and I'll say subjective in the way of was there grace, but I put number three as Republicans. The Republican Party.
I love this.
But
Sorry.
actually, but truly, because they used to be thought of as buttoned up and fiscally conservative. Okay, not people saying I'm socially liberal but fiscally conservative, but they were the reserved in a good way party. We're gonna keep taxes low and freedoms broad and all of the things. And the liberal part, the Democrat looked a little bit more out there, and Greenpeace and all kind, and it was like, whoa. And now the fall of the what the fuckery that
Yes.
we have, like the foaming at the mouth Westboro Baptist crazy people up in Congress.
Yes.
It's actually jarring and wild.
It's
And for
bizarre.
anyone that still is like, oh, I'm voting Republican, it's like,
It's like, are you with us? What's not clicking?
well, and or like what big bank or corporation is paying you? Because,
Oh,
huh? Huh? Not the Republicans being the party of like failed actors who all
yeah.
wanted to be some sort of famous. They all have headshots.
It's insane.
Ted Cruz, Marjorie, what's her face, Lauren Hobart, they all had tried to be actors. So it's like, come on. Come
That
on. It's
tracks.
embarrassing. I
That
mean,
really tracks.
it's the party of embarrassment. That
That's
is humiliating.
that
Should
is
be.
it.
So
It's humiliating. It's an embarrassment. Oh,
all of
I
them
hate
should be
that.
ashamed. Yeah,
They should be
same.
ashamed.
It actually made me feel gross putting it on my list, but then I thought, look, you've already got fucking Jerry from Subway. You might as well just go in.
Go all the way in. Go all the
Yeah.
way in. Yeah.
Trash factory. So
Yes. My number two goes to, I mentioned her in the episode, Elizabeth Holmes, the Theranos girl. I
Oh.
Her story completely interesting to me. I watched all of the thingies about her. I mean, it had her product actually done what it was supposed to, it really could have changed a lot of lives. And I think that the fact that it didn't, and it was it was being put into certain stores, and then customers were coming back and saying, hey, my numbers don't match up with what the product is saying, and people are losing their lives. Like, that is horrid. And the fact that she was able to get through to so many of these like big tech geniuses and get all this money, and no one had like bothered to research the product beforehand, very, very interesting to me. Very, very interesting to me. And I think seeing her
Insane.
fall from grace is like, if you had just done it the right way and really like took the time to do the research, it probably really could have been this innovative thing, because they were promoting it like it was this innovative, world-changing thing. It's going to change the way we medicine, and it didn't. And it didn't. No one researched it. No one tested it. They just literally went off of her word and was like, "Yeah, here's a bunch of money. Go do that."
So bad.
It's so bad. So yeah.
Very.
Clearly I feel very passionate about this, right?
I mean, I was gonna say, gee, I feel like I need to go and listen, get the like get the doc up or something. I need to go watch it.
Yeah, yeah, yes. I've watched all of them for you, don't worry.
Okay. My number 2 is going to go to Chick-fil-A.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we did
Yes.
mention Chick-fil-A in the episode. However,
Yes. Yes, we did.
this is one where I think everyone loved that pickle chicken and did not realize at the time what the
Mm-hmm.
company stood for, who they were, and now knowing it's like, um, I'm not fucking with the devil's chicken like that.
Right.
So it's a big fall from
Absolutely.
grace. But to be honest, everyone's like, but the chicken's that good. I'm like, it's not that good. It's
You could
fast food.
literally you
It's
could
fast food.
literally just make your own chicken sandwich or get it from another chicken spot if you have to. I heard Popeyes has the great one now with that.
Popeyes does have a good spicy chicken sandwich.
I haven't had it yet. I haven't There's not a Popeyes near me, so but yeah, here that one's great.
I don't think there's anything that great about anything that's processed that much, and it's all
Yeah.
preservative bullshit. So
Exactly.
yeah, and
Yeah.
to feed your bellies with shit that's like feeding nasty people who are like legit putting bills and stuff out
Yeah.
to
Ugh.
just to
Ugh.
hurt other people as opposed to like help people just is a big nah for me.
Right.
So
I'm right there with
Chick-fil
you,
it.
friend. Chick fuck it. I'm sorry. Okay. Uh,
What is your number 2?
my number one.
Oh shit, you're number 1.
This is it. We're here. We've talked about him in every episode so far, and that is R. Kelly. And
Damn.
that is the biggest. That is the biggest fall from grace ever.
Hmm.
This man has produced hundreds of records for so many artists that you love, Britney Spears included. He's been on a whole bunch of stuff. I mean, the I Believe I Can Fly was sung at graduations for years and years and years. Like,
Very, very that. Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
and I feel like this was something that could have been snipped in the bud years ago. I'm going
Yeah.
to give you I'm going to give you some backstory a little bit. Okay, so there was I watched the entire Surviving R. Kelly documentary. Okay, but there were rumors prior to all of the first sex tape coming out, that R. Kelly was a pedophile. He would hang around these high schools and pick up girls and take them to McDonald's or whatever. And like people in the community knew that about him, and they were like, okay, but he's a producer. He's like making music. It's not a big deal. And I feel like the city of Chicago kind of failed. They failed the like had people in his hometown taking accountability for that in terms of like, hey man, what this guy's doing is really fucked up. Someone should say something. Someone should do something. They allowed
Wow.
it to become this really big issue, and now we are where we are now with him because of that. Instead of someone addressing it sooner. And also like when the sex tape was out, I had never seen it. I was really young, but I remember people like being really like, do you have the R. Kelly sex tape? I want to see it. I'm like, is it really a 14-year-old girl that's in the tape? Are you sure it's R. Kelly? Like, it's really a lot of the conversation about, oh, yeah, honey. A lot of the conversation about
I
around
guess
R.
I didn't
Kelly
even
is,
know there was a sex tape.
oh, okay. So, like, the first one that came out, like, I want to say, like, either
The
like the late,
first.
The first one, like that was
You're like,
really.
I told you it was number one.
I told you, okay. The first one that came out like in the late '90s or the early 2000s, when it was like a VHS tape, and people were like passing like making copies of it or passing it around. Like, yes, honey, like people were watching that shit. They were actually watching that shit, and
Oof.
so just to see like the effect that he has had on R&B music, and unfortunately because he's so gross, like to me it's like it's like the biggest fall of all time. And
Oof.
I he needs work done to also, like, he was molested and stuff at a young age, but that doesn't.
Yeah.
There's a lot, man, there's a lot that goes into
Yep.
that, but yeah.
Uh,
That's my number one.
that is a toughie.
I know.
That's a
I
toughie.
know. I know.
Number one was hard for me because there
Mm.
are a lot of people that kind of fit the same bill of what happened with this person. I think of like a Lindsay Lohan or,
Mm.
um, yeah, there's a bunch of Britney's already on my list, but I
Yeah.
picked Whitney Houston.
Wow.
You know, I'm a Whitney Houston stan.
Yes, you are.
Obsessive. I love Whitney. I think Whitney is one of the most incredible talents that has ever walked the earth, um, in singing and acting.
Mm-hmm.
But that is a stupendous fall from grace that we all witnessed. And it
Mm-hmm.
was a jarring one and sometimes like a scary one. And it sadly didn't end great for us all. But I think her, just the level of her stardom, and
Mm-hmm.
then seeing all the tabloid stories and everything that, all the disgusting negativity that Bobby Brown brought into her life. And,
Mm.
um, but I think that is like the hardest one when I think about Falls from
Yeah.
Grace is like,
I was wondering if you were going to put her on your list. I
I mean, look,
when
no
I think
one can take away the Diane Sawyer interview. Like that is a very public. Do you, Diane? Do you,
crack
Diane?
is whack. Crack is cheap.
Show me the receipts. Show me the receipts.
Bizarre.
And
I don't.
even in her fall was so good.
That's why I don't think I consider it a fall, though. That's why I'm like, this is an interesting number one. I wouldn't
I think
consider
public
it.
opinion would say that she majorly fell from grace.
Yeah, I could
You
see
know,
that. Yeah, I think public opinion would say that, but I think I don't. I don't see it that. Maybe I could be wrong. I
you
could be
know.
fantasizing her in my mind, but I
Oh, I
don't
sure do.
for
I don't think it
sure.
was she was bad, but
Yeah.
everybody
Oh.
else did. I almost put Anne Boleyn at the top of my list because I was like, she literally got her head chopped off. So,
I mean,
but I can't say it wasn't a fall from grace because she started as the mistress. So, like,
well, you're right.
a fall from the middle? I don't know. A
Oh.
fall from the bottom? Okay, I'm shocked that we didn't have any crossovers. Did
I
you have
thought you
any
have.
honorable mentions?
I Okay. I didn't. I didn't. I was really gambling here. I was really gambling here. I didn't. I was like, I thought you were gonna have the Dixie Chicks on your list.
Didn't. I did have Bill Cosby on my list.
Did you have Paula Dean on your list?
I did have Paula Deen. Yes, that's true.
Yeah.
Okay. But I
But
also made a list of 20 because I was
okay.
nervous.
Okay. So what are your honor just quickly go through your honorable mentions.
Leonardo DiCaprio, Brad Pitt, James Patterson,
Oh shit.
Chris
Yeah.
Brown. Did I put Chris Brown on my list? I did not.
Mhm.
Chris Brown, Amanda Bynes, Ezra Miller, R. Kelly was at the bottom.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
So we had a couple,
Yeah, we had
but
a
I did.
couple.
I made a long list. It was much
Yeah.
easier than I thought. I was like, damn, a lot of people are fucked up.
Yes. Indeed they are. Indeed they are. Well, friend, this was great. If you are watching or listening and you're thinking, "Hey, you guys missed some people that I feel are important," let us know,
Truly
okay, who you would add to the list.
agree.
Yeah.
And then stay tuned for the next. We're gonna go through our a little more positive, our favorite TV shows growing up.
Yes. I can't wait for this one.
That's gonna be good.
I know. See you guys next time.